Today, we will be showing you how to set up a tripod, mount a camera, and attach accessories to set up for a shoot. Step 1. Gather the equipment. You will need a tripod bag which contains the tripod, a mounting plate, a hammock, and the tripod arms. You will also need a camera with a microphone attached to it, the camera power supply, a viewfinder power supply, the claws for the viewfinder, an HDMI cable, a rear zoom and focus controller, the decimeter power supply, the red HDMI cable that goes with the decimeter or another HDMI cable, a long SDI cable, a power strip, an extension cord, and possibly an SD card. Step 2. Set up the tripod. First, take the tripod out of the bag and set it up. Then, adjust the legs on the tripod to the desired height. Next, attach the arms to the tripod and then extend them to a comfortable length. Then attach the hammock between the legs of the tripod, and lastly, adjust the spirit loop so the little bubble is within the allotted circle. Step 3. Mount the camera on the tripod. Attach the microphone to the camera if it is not already attached. Next, remove the mounting plate from the tripod by loosening the knob to unlock it and then pushing the button to release it. Next, turn the camera over and line the pins on the mounting plate up with the holes on the camera and make sure the arrow on the bottom of the mounting plate points toward the lens. And use your ID or a coin to thoroughly tighten the screw on the mounting plate to make sure the camera is firmly attached to it. Lastly, slide the mounting plate with the camera attached to it back onto the tripod and turn the knob to lock the mounting plate into place. Don't forget to put an SD card in the camera if you are supposed to. Step 4. Add power. Find an outlet nearby and plug one end of the extension cord into it. Then plug the power strip into the other end of the extension cord near the base of the tripod. The camera power supply, viewfinder power supply, and decimeter power supply will eventually get plugged into this power strip. Begin by plugging the camera power supply into the power strip and plugging the other end of it into the DC slot on the camera. Lastly, make sure the power strip is on. Step 5. Attach accessories to the camera/tripod. The first accessory we will attach is the viewfinder. Take the two viewfinder claws and twist them into the sides of the viewfinder with the screw holes until they cannot twist anymore. Next, attach the claws with the viewfinder between them onto the tripod arms. Adjust the knobs of the viewfinder claws until the viewfinder is in a convenient position. Next, plug one end of the viewfinder power supply into the power strip and the other into the back of the viewfinder. Next, if you are not streaming an event, take an HDMI cable and attach one end into the camera and the other end into the HDMI in slot on the back of the viewfinder. If you are streaming an event, or if there's no SDI connector on your camera, you will plug the other end of the HDMI cable into the HDMI in slot on the side of the decimeter instead of the back of the viewfinder. The purpose of the decimeter is to allow more than one output for video imaging, one being the viewfinder and the other being the stream. Next, you would take another HDMI cable and plug that into the HDMI out on the side of the decimeter and plug the other end of that into the HDMI in on the back of the viewfinder. To also send the image from the camera to the stream, you will plug the end of a long SDI cable into the SDI out on the side of the decimeter, and then plug the other side of that into the wall of the gym to send the signal to control room B or wherever the stream is happening. Lastly, plug in the decimeter power supply into the power strip and turn the viewfinder on. The last accessory to attach is the rear zoom and focus control. To do this, unscrew the gold rings from the back of it and attach it onto the lower end of the right arm of the tripod by screwing the gold rings back on. And there you have it, how to set up a tripod, mount a camera, and attach accessories. Good luck!